Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lead Live. I'm Louis Amastoy. It is Friday. We made it. Friday, October 3rd, which means that we're pretty much on our way to Christmas at this point. We're moving right along. It is homecoming day for TFND. Their homecoming parade last night was wonderful as always. You know, I love it. There's so many things when you look at other places that I've lived. There wasn't the alcoholic consumption at a homecoming parade like there is at Tybee. So I've never seen anything like it. People go to grape juice. See you guys. Mark and Laura are leaving, going to the Kerr Arts and Cultural Center. But it's kind of fun, though. The parents are all there, camped out. Somebody brings like 100 pizzas. It's just a big party. And they can do it with some beer and some wine from grape juice. I think over Francisco's, too, it's also the other place to be. So I don't know about some of the other places. If they have, like, I guess you could buy beer and wine over at, what's the Main Street, Off Main Brewing? I could do it there, too. So we were brought to you by Peterson Health this morning. And if you need your vehicle serviced, I recommend going to our friends over at Quick Lane. They can take care of you today. Give them a call today at 830-257-5557. They are absolutely delightful. They can take care of your vehicle. If you need electric, kind of like, I don't know how to describe it other than it's a current that goes through you, and it's supposed to calm you. This sounds like something that we could try on Kelsey. Is that true? Have you ever had the electric, the microcurrent therapy?
No, haven't done that.
Would you try it?
Yeah, I try anything once. So
Okay,
probably
all right.
Wrong person to ask.
You just like put your head through a wall. You'll try it.
Try it. It makes me feel better. I'll try it.
Okay. All right. So go visit Christy Vick over there at the Renewed Pathways. She's gonna hook me up to this thing at some point. I can't wait. Actually, I'm looking forward to this. See if it'll relax me a bit. So
Her office is really pretty.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
You've been in there?
It's in the one Shriner building. Yeah.
Oh, so it's in the same facility as you guys. Okay. All right. I gotcha. Let me see here. What else do we got here? Oh, don't forget, for all your real estate services, Janelle Peralt, JP Properties. She's there to help you. jppropertiestx.com. We need volunteers to help out with Kerr Connect. That is one of our great volunteer organizations. They've done 300,000 miles of rides for people in the community, and they're always looking for volunteers to help with get people around, because they have a waiting list for drivers or for people to get rides. They need drivers. We need to help them out. Kerr Connect, one of our great nonprofits. If you don't need a ride, but you need to get on your bike, you need the bike to look great, or you need to buy a new bike, go down to Hill Country Bicycle Works. They are trail ready. They are road ready. They are ready for all circumstances. Apparently, I didn't know this either. They service the police officers of Kerrville. They keep their bikes on the road too. And then finally, Salt Wellness. I got a little shoulder and elbow issue going on today. I could probably use some wellness from those guys. But Salt Wellness, they can take care of you. Healing looks good on you is their motto, and they can give you a massage. They can give you some other treatments that are there. They've got October specials, by the way. Take a look at their website today, saltkerrville.com. We made it. We made it through all that. Kelsey's here. Kelsey, how are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
Good. Daniel Robinson is here. He's making his debut on the show. We got a whole crew of people here today. Daniel's here. And then we've got a couple new folks from MHCD. Brian. Correct. Guzman. And Tyler Townsend. Tyler's supposed to name Tylor.
Yes, sir.
Bold. That is bold, my friend. That is a bold spelling of that name.
That's Brian's name spelling.
That's right. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. We'll talk to these guys here. Daniel's got some stuff. He's got a lot going on. This guy's full of energy. I'm looking forward to talking to him. Kelsey, how are you, though? Good?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know. Kind of sad about that.
How come you don't bring my neighbor on the show?
I don't know. She needs to come on.
What's her deal?
Well, she's MCOT, so she needs to be ready.
She's got. Oh yeah, she's very busy.
I'll bring her next time.
Next time. All right, folks. We've got a lot of things to kind of catch up on before we get started with our guests. Yesterday was the TFND Homecoming Parade. We have video of it. We have photos of it. You can find all of it on our website. And if you got the newsletter and our YouTube channel, they're all there too. We had we also on the Facebook page we have some of the videos from
yesterday.
A couple things to keep in mind coming up here. So just some notes of community interest since Julie Davis blew us off today because she was at a conference. Tonight, we have football, a lot of football today. Tonight, TFND takes on Victoria West at 7 o'clock. That's the homecoming game, and Center Point's at home versus Sabinal. Ingram Tom Moore's on the road at Randolph tonight. And then we have volleyball at 5 o'clock. Tybee takes on Bernie. And then over at Shriner, you've got women's soccer versus Laterno, and men's soccer. It's a doubleheader at 5 and at 7. So if you love sports, this is the way to go. Lots of live music tonight. The Pear Blossoms playing here at Pint and Plow at 6 o'clock. The Flashbacks playing at Truffles and Vines. By the way, I went again to Truffles and Vines yesterday. And if you like hot stuff, did anybody here like really hot food? Spicy food?
God, no.
Oh, yeah.
No? You're involved in
I
them?
love it all. Scorpion pepper.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Here's the deal. They have a pizza over there, a flatbed bread pizza at Truffles and Vines, and it's called the Carolina Reaper.
Won't touch that with a spoon.
Hottest pepper in the world right now. I think.
Well, that's not on there necessarily. They just call it the Carolina Reaper, but it's spicy, and it's pretty delicious too. So it's jalapenos, hot honey, drizzled across it, and I recommend it.
Where is that?
Truffles and Vines. It's right there. If you're going towards Ingram Tom Moore High School, it's on your left-hand side on Highway 39 between the Ingram Loop.
Okay.
So if you're on the old Ingram Loop, it's just keep going on Highway 39. You'll see it right next to the 323 Bakery. So it used to be Joanne Marie and Me Wine Boutique.
Yeah.
So there you go. And they have music there. Also tonight, Cafe at the Ridge has got Susan Herndon. She's delightful. On Deck Happy Hour is the Limestoners. They can cover just about anything, the Limestoners. And the Blue Oak Band at the Elm Waterhole Saloon at the Wyo Hotel tonight. There's a First Friday wine share at the Ridge tonight from 6 to 7:30. First Friday Supper Club at the Kerrville Hills Winery at 6 o'clock. And there's a, for all of you people who like to be witches, The Color of Clay, Witch Hat, Lantern, Paint, and Sip. I'm not sure what that means exactly, but I'll figure it out. Also, today out in the Hunt area, the Kerr Wildlife Management area is having a seminar in its 75th anniversary. That's already ongoing, so I don't know if you can get out there and see that or not. And then some beautiful performing arts things today. Camerata, the Romantic Rhapsody at the First Presbyterian Church at 4 o'clock. We'll be playing Schumann, Lisette, and Dvorak. The performance begins. It's free for students. It's $20 donation. But Camerata is fantastic. It's at 4 o'clock at First Presbyterian Church. And then tonight at the Hanson Theater at Shriner University, it's Macbeth. So there you go. That's all your top things that are going on here around the area today. Yesterday we had We had Chief McCall on the show. That was the Kerrville police chief. And we talked about crime in Kerr County. And basically there's not a lot of crime in Kerr County. There's a lot of drunks. There's a lot of drug possession, but for the most part, Kerrville's a pretty safe place. Very infrequent violent crime, but it still happens. The big thing though is fraud and scams, and those are perplexing for many people because you just get inundated. What was your let's go around the table. What was your last scam you got faced with?
Oh, I had one. The DMV one.
The DMV one.
Yes.
Daniel, come a little closer to that microphone. Come a little closer to that. A little closer to the microphone. Daniel, what was your latest scam that you had to deal with?
You know, I think my biggest scam is the people that take advantage of the elderly in this town. We have a lot of that.
There's a lot of that. You're right.
They're getting smarter and smarter about it.
Yeah.
And insurance to, I don't know, it runs the gamut, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Brian, what do you got there? What is your latest scam you had to deal with?
The toll road.
Toll road.
I got a text message, saying, and for a minute I was like, hold on. I was like, did I go through that?
Did I go through that right?
Yeah. Then I had to think about it, and then I checked their link, and I was like, this isn't even it.
Yeah, exactly. And then Tyler, what about you?
Honestly, it goes back to identity theft. When I did my senior thesis at Schreiner, I was learning about the dark web and the deep web. And you'd be surprised how much of your information
is out there
gets leaked on there for people to buy and use.
Yeah. The clearance rate for counterfeiting forgery incidents is approximately 8.9%, meaning that they've arrested somebody and cleared the case. They had 79 reported over a 5-year period, and 100 were reported on credit card, scams, ATM fraud. And it's very difficult for the police to kind of to go after these folks. So that was a very interesting conversation yesterday. The National Night Out over at the Doyle Center is coming up. That is going to be on Tuesday from 5 to 7 at the Doyle Center. We've got a whole bunch of things about Doyle coming out in the newsletter. There's a newsletter this morning. The Habitat for Humanity is planning their next golf tournament coming up November 14th at Scott Schreiner Golf Course. So if you're interested in that, go visit the Habitat for Humanity, or they have a habitatkerr.org/golf-tournament is their site. The Kerrville Youth Arts Show will feature local talent at the Kerr Regional History Center. That's over there by the Bud Holdsworth Memorial Library. That is on next Saturday from 2 to 4. And that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got today. Daniel Robinson is here, though. Daniel, were you in the parade yesterday?
I was. I happen to be part of 2 committees that run this parade float committee for the Tybee High School class of 2000, and I'm in the reunion committee as well. Yeah. This weekend is our 25th Tybee High School reunion, and it's at Rio de Arcadia.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And we've kind of opened it up to friends and family only. It's a $10 cover, and for all his classmates, we have a hefty bill of a T-shirt and a meal.
Nice. 25 years, is that right?
25 years?
25 years.
44.
How does that feel to be 25 years past high school?
It feels like I just started living.
I know.
I just woke up, and now I get to, I consider myself halfway over, so I'm just now stepping into my maturity as a male, and I'm a classically trained vocal musician.
Yeah.
Sang opera, went to DU, and you're taught that the male vocal cords don't mature until you're 40 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Pavarotti and the big guys, when they really hit their stride, it was in their 50s.
Right.
And so I feel like I'm just kind of taking advantage now of what I've known all along.
Yeah.
And really, my brain is just now becoming mature.
Yeah, right. That's you know what? There's something to be said about that with 40. When you turn in your 40s, some people, meet it with dread. Like, oh, I can't believe I turned 40.
Oh no!
But really, it's kind of an exciting time, really, especially if you kick your kids out of the house.
It's our prime.
Yeah.
Well, I have sorry.
Yeah, you have a little one. You have a couple little ones, right? Well, one little one.
I just had a boy, my first boy, Arlo LaRue Robinson. He's 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
And he has been such a joy to have as an older person.
Yeah.
I had kids early.
Yeah.
I was in my early 20s when I had my 2 girls, and when I got married, I kind of got my son, Shaden. He's 26 now.
Yeah.
So he was 4 years old when I got him, and he's mine, you know. But I think there's something to be said for having children later on in life.
Absolutely. You just got to make sure you can pick them up. That's the thing, right? Yeah. I mean, Al Pacino keeps having kids. And he's like 100.
Yeah, I think there's a point to where it's kind of selfish and
right.
bad for the children.
Right, yeah.
In the 40s, you're okay.
Your 40s, yeah.
The new 20.
Yeah, that's a good point. But this is what was this class like? What did you guys were at the old school?
Yeah,
that no longer exists.
Pretty much the last class to go to the old school that is no longer there.
Yeah.
We got to see Coach Pfeiffer wrestle the bear in the gymnasium. They used to bring a big old wrestling rink in the guy would have a trained bear and let people just wail on him as hard as they could, and then he'd give the bear a signal, and it'd just be one swipe,
and that was it.
and it'd take him out.
Yeah.
It was.
is
We
funny.
lived in a different time.
He did. I've heard this story. I've heard variations of this story. I heard one. I know we weren't. Well, I'm gonna have to say it. I heard this originally was an event at the mall.
There was an event at the mall
Yeah.
as well, but they did one for the kids in the gymnasium.
And Clifton said that it after he got his head kicked in by the bear drank a whole liter of Pepsi or something like that.
My money would be on Coach Pfeiffer. That's what I would think. I would think he would win.
You would think that he's
Yes.
legendary like that, but
Unfortunately, there's no man stronger than a bear.
yeah, right.
Yeah, sure.
There's a great reel out there right now, by the way, where it shows like a brown bear,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a grizzly Kodiak brown bear, and the female bear is like 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall, and the other bear is sitting down. The bear's head is bigger than the woman that's training it, and then they get it to stand up, and it's
It's wild.
12 feet tall. Basically, it's unbelievably big.
Have y'all heard the story of the YO bear?
No.
I was at the YO last night with some classmates that came into town. And
That's what's in the lobby, right?
it's in the lobby.
Yeah.
It's been there since I was a kid. 1983 actually was the year they put it in. And it came from, I forget if she said Montana or Wisconsin. I'm wrong about this, but it came from up north, some sporting goods store. And they put it in. And of course, it's been there ever since. But it was so funny. I was getting some ice from the lady in the front desk late night after the bar shut down. I don't drink.
Yeah.
We were hanging out, and she mentioned that about 15 years ago somebody had stole the genitalia.
Oh, really?
So it's a big bear standing up with no stuff down there.
No stuff down there.
Pretty funny.
That is funny. That's gross.
Interesting.
I remember taking my daughter trick or treating one time in a neighborhood where my parents lived, and he knocked on the door, and these people had a huge stuffed grizzly bear in their front hall. And I'm like, who moves that around? Like, what do you have to? If you move, like, how we got to move the bear? You know, come with us. You know, I mean, and then presumably they shot the bear, which is kind of gross to begin with, but I don't know. Anyway, we get diverted easily on this show. Daniel, though, you've got when is the big reunion? Is it?
It's this Saturday. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. I've got. This was my first show. We're having a show for our classmates. I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Stephen Brady Dietert from Ranch House, and I've got Conrad Wirt playing, and with a special guest, Clifton Pfeiffer.
Oh, nice.
He's going to get up there and play his washtub bass. And
Yeah.
for us, that's kind of like the highlight of the show.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Conrad and Clifton are going to close it out. And we also have Amy Lou Weatherford performing. So there's 5 of us, 5
Right.
bands. They're all solo acts, so it's not a lot of different coordinating, but we've got Ray Lyons out of Bandera running sound, which is very exciting for me.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He just sounded over Arcadia most of the time, a lot of the time. Yeah.
I got to rub shoulders with him. I was doing a corporate show at the Hyatt in San Antonio, that big conference center, and Landon Lloyd Miller actually had me run sound with him, and we go over to Ray's house in Bandera, and we load up everything from all the speakers, and we were running sound for George Strait's band that they were promoting a different lead singer, trying to get his name out there. But I got to meet, I believe, I can't remember names worth anything, but the guy that plays keys, and I believe he plays drums. I could be wrong about the drums, but he's basically the manager. It's always the drummer that's the manager.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
they're usually they're like the smart ones, I guess. I got to figure it out. Right. Yeah.
Just real quick guy.
Yeah.
He even knew my name before I knew his.
Oh, wow, nice.
So it was like kind of took me back. He's like, "Well, I know you, Daniel."
Yeah. He goes, I know who you are. Like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I in trouble? Did I do something wrong?
Right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Right.
He was in his big 10-gallon hat, and they were. But that was fun, rubbing shoulders with them, and that's how I got to know Ray.
I never, I this is my rant on homecomings. I've said this for a long time. If schools were smart, they would gather you all up at the same time, because there was class of 2005 was there, so they're having their 20th reunion. There was 95 is 30 years now.
I saw 1959.
1959 was there. They were in some kind of weird van thing. I wasn't sure what that was about, but
Weird what thing?
it was like a big van.
Oh, I didn't.
It was weird. And 75 would be 50 because that was notable because Jane Ragsdale was in that class. So I mean, 85, 40 years. So I would get all of them together and have a big event, and I would just drink them. I would liquor them up, unfortunately for some of you, and I would just take their money.
Take their money or take what?
Take their money. I would take their
Okay,
money. Yeah, I would have a big event because I say this story. I told this story once before. I was at an event one time. It was called the Old Jocks Club, and it was one of the high schools I covered. And the high school was like Tivy. Mm-hmm. It was the one high school town forever, and multi generations graduated from it, like Tivy. And I was at an event, and this guy showed up, and he got a little sauce, and he wrote a check for $5,000 right there for the athletic department.
Dang.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
See, it would be good because we have Johnny in my class, so he could probably write a big check. But just throwing this out there, we are not. I'm impressed that y'all are doing stuff because we've tried to do something. The class of 2011, we need to step our game up.
We nailed it this year.
Yeah.
We totally crushed it.
Right.
I think we're going to win the float, but I don't want to.
Yeah, well, it was good. You had Brady Dieter on the back of it. Were you playing with him too, or
I was DJing.
You're DJing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun float. 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
Youngster.
You got a ways to go though.
Yeah.
So your 20s in a few years. So I did. I organized my 20th high school reunion, and then I was like, "Peace out."
Done.
I didn't do any more after that. So, in fact, I banned myself from any other organizing events after that. So, what about you two? When's your guys' graduation? When's your guys' reunions?
2000.
So you're 25 as well. All right. What about you?
I think I'm the youngest at this table at 2014.
2014. So yeah, you got a ways to go, man. All right. So in 20 years, 2034, that seems like it's so far away.
It is so far away.
And it's not. It's not. It'll be right here before you know it.
Yeah.
All right. Daniel, you got some music to play. Do you want to play? You want to play now or want to play later?
I can play now.
Let's play a song. Let's hear from Daniel Robinson. Kelsey's here. We've got a great MHDD discussion. I felt bad for your MHD. Did he get to go to the Wimby thing?
No.
I felt bad for him.
No worries.
Yeah.
He'll get over it. So, what are you gonna play for us?
So I'm gonna play a song called "Honest Living." This was one of the first songs I wrote. I was very late. I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
If you haven't been able to tell, but I took songwriting very seriously, and I just kind of wanted to make it good from the very get-go, and I've got one album, and it's got about 10 songs now on it, and just been holding out so I can make all the money.
I hear you.
I'll figure it out, make my own production company and produce all my own stuff, and that way Apple Music or Spotify doesn't take my rights and stuff like that.
They will take it, and they won't pay you either.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Landon Lloyd Miller has actually taught me a lot about that side of it. He has a publicist, and he's a well-known musician, indie, and he opened my mind up to it. If someone buys your record or a song, you get about 90% of that.
Yeah.
And if someone streams your stuff, you get about a penny and a half.
Right.
So that's the difference. You can make money on these platforms.
Yeah.
But I'm not willing to sell out yet.
Well, let me just tell you, July was informative to me because we had.
Can I get some sound?
You got some sound? You might have to turn up your. Get all over the place. Can you hear me now?
No. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulty.
What about now? How about this? Tell me when you
There
can.
it is.
There you go. Okay. All right. people come here and press buttons and stuff like that, and it never quite works out that way. But July was informative to me on the like how much work you have to put in to make a living. If you're not doing 60 or 70 million views a month on the social channels, you basically would not get.
You're not making any money.
Not making any money.
No.
You might make $3,000.
I mean, that's on a good month.
Yeah, that's on a good month, and that's kind of what we saw from Facebook in July, which was a nice little bonus, but it took 18 hours a day to produce all that content.
Oh, I mean, we work 24/7 at it.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and we get paid not even $100 to go do a 2-hour show here in Kerrville.
Yeah.
And Travis Pierce has actually petitioned he's a local guy that has his band, and it's skipping my brain right now. What's Travis's band's name?
Travis Pierce Band.
The Travis Pierce Band, that's why. Yeah, and him and Scotty have been doing great things. We had Brian Foster used to play drums for him. That's Stacy Foster's dad.
Yeah.
And, man, Jeremy Walters with Trailhead, and now he's giving it down to his son. They have been a vital role in kind of revitalizing this town and making music more prominent. But you also have to sift through the weeds sometimes, to find the good stuff.
Right, exactly. All right, here we go. Whenever you're ready, my friend.
I make a honest living, never let no other do my bidding, and it's the way that we have written. I make a honest living, and I'll be saving all the horses that are drowning in their fences, hurting all the men up that are so confused. I'll be asking you, are you ready for these changes that are coming through? I never cared much for money, just as long as we had each other, honey. Couple children tucked in tie, yeah, well, it's our simple way, and it's how I choose to spend my days. Brought me on back to the good old life, where we were saving all the horses that were drowning in their fences, hurting all the men up that were so confused. I'll be asking you, well, can you feel these changes that are coming true? Now everyone makes an honest living. No one lets another do their bidding, that's the way that we have a return. Now we make an honest living, make an honest living. Nobody cares much for money. Oh, 'cause we all have each other, honey. All our children tucked in tie. Well, it's our simple way, and it's how we choose to spend our days. Brought us all back to the good old life, where we were saving all the horses that were drowning in their fences. We herded all those men up that were so confused. I will be asking you.
Nice. Well done. All right. Daniel Robinson. Hey, when do you perform? When's your next kind of live performance?
I'll be playing at the reunion on Saturday.
But like, when do you play?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I've seen you play at Trailhead.
So right now,
Central Provisions.
I have a residency as a open mic host at Central Provisions. Shout out to Justin and Katie Zanzenberg.
Yeah.
He calls himself Zanzenberg. It's Graham.
It's Graham.
But if y'all have not been there, y'all need to go. I'm going to give him a little plug right now. Great people.
Yeah.
Katie's involved with this, making the river better. She's organizing, of course, as you know, the Lions Park Revival. And
They also have one of the great dogs of all time, by the way.
Right.
Murdoch.
I mean, they do everything. They do kayak trips, coffee kayaking, and in Center Point, and just like the Walters, very good for the community, and it's something I can get behind and be on board with.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I do that every Friday.
Every Friday
from 7:30 to about 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, so I'll be there tonight.
Okay.
And anybody that wants to come, y'all come. We had our first sign-up sheet last Friday. Friday before that, we had dueling cellos. They played Bach and Wagner.
Really?
And it was just amazing. A guy named Frank, and became friends with him. And yeah, and last Friday was actually the bloom of it. I've been doing it for about 5 months now. And every Friday. And we had a 3-person band come and open the show and close the show. And it was the first time that I didn't even have to play.
Yeah.
I was just like getting people up there.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. By the way, I put this out there the other day, and I firmly believe in this. I think we need to do is I'm gonna talk to the symphony about this. A night at the symphony, but Clifton Pfeiffer comes in and sings some songs with the symphony backing it.
It's gotta happen.
Cool.
It's gotta happen. Wouldn't it be
That'd
cool? I think people would come to that just to see that. So hold that thought though for a second here, Daniel. Let's go over to Kelsey. Why are you here today? What's going on with you? You got new people?
We are here to talk more about our emotional support center and kind of what we're doing and transitioning with that.
Let me ask you that though. Is it still open?
Yeah,
Okay.
still open. We're going to be open for the foreseeable future.
Really?
Yep, and we changed our hours. So I'm going to let them talk about the hour change.
You guys, now what do you introduce yourselves again and tell us what you do at MHDD.
So my name's Tyler Townsend, and I am the communications specialist for Hill Country MHDD.
Good. All right.
Brian Guzman, so communications also.
Oh, good. So both in the communication.
Got a team.
You got a team now. All right.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from the emotional support center? How busy is it too, by the way?
So it's pretty busy. We've seen over 18,000 people.
Golly.
So we also
18,000 people.
18,000.
And that was just from our last check. I think that last check was probably 2 weeks ago. So that's definitely increased.
Because I think you came in one time and it was still a staggering number. It was like 12 or 13,000, and I was like, "Whoa, that's incredible."
Yeah. So
we're also seeing people through the crisis counseling program.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's a outreach program to where we go to you or we host events. So which we're going to be having an event coming soon on October 11th at the Kerrville RV Park and Cabins from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And when you, I don't know how to. I mean, we're not. Do you take data? Like, what are people asking about, or do you know Do you compile that data? Like, what is bothering people?
So we're not trying to track people right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to remove all barriers, but specifically with Emotional Support Center, it has been people coming in and wanting to talk a little bit about the flood.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of people that have experienced some horrific things, and then we have people that are just coming in to talk. Because secondary trauma is 100% real. Just like hearing all the stories and just, seeing the river change and the river trails being different, that is definitely something that, people are kind of struggling with. So we're just creating that space for people to talk.
I mean, that's the thing that I think for so many people is difficult that live in Kerrville. And I was on I missed last Friday because I was on a panel discussion about the flood in Austin. And, I said, the story is, there's rarely a day when we don't have a story about the flood.
Yeah.
And, we are, tomorrow is 3 months on the dot of this flood. And rarely do we have a day where we don't talk about the flood in some capacity. And, I think there are things like the question I was asked, like, why did you publish all those obituaries? Like, what was the point of that? And I'm like, well, because it's closure for a lot of people. It's closure for folks. And I had to remind people too at that conference. I said, well, it's not just about Camp Mystic. Entire families, multi-generational families were taken away. So there's a lot to it. Brian and Tyler, where are you guys from? Where do you guys hail from?
So originally Mexico City and then Northern California. I'm living in Fredericksburg now for the past 3 years.
Nice. That's a pretty diverse, wide range of things, right? There you go. Yeah. And then Tyler?
I'm right down the road. I've been born and raised in Junction, Texas.
Okay. And so for both of you, though, when did you guys start at MHTD? You're both brand new, or?
I've been about 6 months.
Okay. All right.
I've been a little bit over 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So for the two of you, though, you've seen this community before the flood and now after the flood. How would you characterize what this has been like?
So before the flood, I was actually a Shriner graduate, and I was really involved in the community, kind of interacting, and it was kind of a slow-paced town. Everybody kind of took their time and was just kind of reserved to themselves. And ever since the flood, personally, I've seen a lot more human connection building, people talking to one another, and everybody essentially pulling together to heal and mend what happened July 4th.
Right. One of the untold stories, by the way, well, I'm going to tell it, but I don't know all the details on it, but it was Junction people that responded to West Kerr as well. Yeah. Junction heard the calls and sent teams out to help out with West Kerr. So that's how broad this thing was. It wasn't just, they were some of the first responders were teams from Junction. So your hometown played a pivotal role in this whole event. And for you, Brian, it's 6 months here. It's like almost being hit in the face with the scale of the disaster. There's nothing really quite like it.
No, I've seen the impact, but like Tyler said, I've seen everybody coming together, trying to help everybody out or each other out. So it's pretty amazing.
Were you born and raised in Mexico City, or
I was born in Mexico City. I came to the States when I was about 5.
Okay. And so then you grew up in Northern. So you were used to like earthquakes and stuff like that, probably a little bit.
Yeah. So
Fires.
Earthquake, I was in the earthquake in '85 in Mexico City.
Yeah. Horrible earthquake.
Yeah. And then the earthquake, I think, in '89 in San Francisco.
Yeah. Two terrible quakes. Yeah. But again, this one, just the unexpected devastation of this thing.
Yeah, no, especially with all the kids and, like you said, the multi-generational
families. Yeah.
Families.
What's the number one message you guys are trying to get out to people about MHTD and the services you offer?
So we're trying to tell people that we're here. If they just want to come in and talk, we're holding space for them. So we're trying to support them in any way that we can. So if they want to come in and talk, we have the Emotional Support Center where they could do that. So we could just hold space for them. We have professional counselors. So we go out to them if they don't want to go out.
Right.
So, and we're just trying to point people to resources also.
Right. How do you take that, Tyler? What are you conveying to people?
The biggest thing that we have been really trying to cultivate is normalcy. We want people to understand that these series of events and the feelings you have and the emotions that we all share in this are completely valid.
Yeah.
There's no shame in having these moments of weakness, these days where you feel like you're struggling and you feel hopeless. It's a true, rational, valid emotion that we as all humans share.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
we really want to embrace the principle person-centered. And that's why we really focus on trying to remove barriers, because it takes a village for us to mend and heal this broken community.
Right.
And that's the thing is, even though we had this impact, everybody has come together to rebuild.
Yeah.
Everybody has come together to heal. And it's going to be a hard, long fight. And that's the thing. It's not a race. It's a marathon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the more that we can help the community understand that we are here and we are a part and we're doing this together, all we're going to see is nothing but fruit of the labor.
Daniel, you grew up here.
Yes, sir.
What was it? What was your reaction to the flood?
Well,
And where were you?
I live up on a hill in Kerrville South, so I was
Yeah.
perfectly fine. I was here. My mother-in-law lives on Wharton Road, River Road,
Mm-hmm.
about second house from Monkey Island.
Yeah.
And day 2, we were trying to help, and I was walking over bodies 3 feet under me. It was a little push point, and we could smell them, but we couldn't get to them.
Yeah.
And that was about it for me. I was done at that point.
Yeah.
I kind of checked out. A lot of guys did their due diligence. I want to thank Chris Shotliff. He came together. This is a guy, his band's named Stump Juice, and him and his wife, Sarah, they just completely dropped everything with his construction business. I forget the name of his construction business. I'd plug it too, but sorry, Chris. But, that guy stepped up, and there's a lot of kind of back and forth between certified people and non-certified people.
Yeah.
But I think the guys that know this river, that grew up on the river, Steve Cluning is another one. He really stepped up and just started being an organizer. He was amazing. I grew up with him, and he lived out next to the River Inn.
Yeah.
Growing up, I think, and Carrie Cluning's his sister. They're big hunt people, and he runs a construction business, and all that experience he has really just came together. And if you can run a business like that, you can organize anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
And it's guys like this that helped more than, say, the troopers that came from out of state that were getting hurt themselves, having to get pulled up out of the river, because
Yeah.
they just get lost with the highway 40 feet away.
Yeah, right.
It was
right.
ridiculous, is what it was. But we do help, or we do thank everybody for their help.
Yeah.
I'm not one to shy away from, or tell them, oh, they need to get out of here. This is our town. Blah blah blah. There's a lot of that too.
Right.
So that wasn't me either, but I will point out what the facts are and what happened. So that was an issue, but other than that, I think we came together great. And what was your question?
Well, what was your the take on it though? To see
My
the
take.
The river has changed.
Yeah. So
Some people are mad at the river.
well, okay. I just want to let everybody know. Take a big breath and take it off their hearts, because our river is going to come back more beautiful than ever now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if it is so sad, the tragedy that happened, but to see the good in this, what good there is the river.
Yeah.
And I thought all our ball cypress trees were just going to be dying and dead, and because they were so bent over, but that's not the case. And me growing up here, I know every inch of this river, from Hunt
right.
to Medina to even Junction. Like my dad was a taxidermist in in Ingram, where I guess the copper pot is now.
Yeah.
That was his shop growing up, Kerr Wildlife Taxidermy. I was raised in a taxidermy shop. He was a hunting guide, taught me everything he knows, and I'm so grateful for it all. But that being said, the rivers will come back more beautiful. It is not bum shanties and dead trees anymore.
No.
It is open areas, so where we can actually take advantage of the river.
Yeah.
And I think people need to focus on that instead of the negative.
Yeah.
We need to focus on the positive.
Right.
There's also a cool organization that's happened after Hurricane Harvey out of Houston, where they come in and replant trees.
Yeah.
So they're coming to Kerrville for the next 5 years. They'll start planting some cypress trees that are like, about 7, so they're not so young. So that's going to be kind of cool to see that new regrowth.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're deer proof.
Yeah, right?
The deer I didn't realize the deer like bald cypress.
Yeah.
So they like everything though.
Yeah.
Jerks. All right. So what is it? You mentioned transition though on the community support facility. What emotional support facility? What is the transition? Is it
So it's just basically understanding what the community needs. Like, that first month we were out there constantly. And so right now we're just recognizing that people know who we are. And whenever they're ready to talk, then, they'll reach out. We'll still be at every event that we could possibly be at. So if you see the team in green and you want to talk, just come talk to us. But it's just listening to what the community needs and kind of reacting and planning to that.
Yeah, that is such an important thing. Does the impact surprise you guys? I mean, how many people have shown up for this?
Yes. I'll say prior to this, I did feel like Kerrville, there's a stigma around mental health. There's a stigma around going.
We don't need no mental health.
We're gonna buckle up. We got it.
Yeah.
So I will say that's
a problem.
Yeah.
I will say it's been eye-opening to see everybody being like, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm not okay. I need to talk. I need to find. We call them battle buddies.
Yeah.
Just somebody you can lean on, and even people you don't expect to come in and talk or have been talking.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing that I think everyone needs an opportunity to kind of. I will say this though. This is my just nickel take on this.
Yeah.
That during that, let's say 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of the flood, there were people. I saw people here cry that I didn't know they could do that. And 2 people who you were like, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I mean, people were not afraid to ask.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Would you guys agree with that, or what was your assessment of?
For the most part, yeah. Like I've met with some people that, are saying that they're okay, when we ask them, but their body expressions are showing something different.
Yeah.
So, they're not ready to talk about it yet, and we're not going to push them to.
Yeah. Right.
So, which is why we provide at the ESC, the Emotional Support Center, a place where, hey, if you just want to come in and hang out, if you just need space, we're here.
Yeah.
So.
Tyler, what about you?
For me, it was more so just trying to create that sense of normalcy, not really trying to impose those conversations and trying to make people feel like we're trying to crack them open like a nut, but instead of just like, you know what, we're here, we're a presence. Even if you just got to sit in silence with us and just process it your own way, that's fine.
Right.
That's what we're here for, because the way we handle grief is unique to us alone.
Yeah.
And there's no way of doing that. And that's okay. And that's what we're trying to focus on, is the normalcy and fighting the stigma that surrounds mental health.
Right.
And it feels cyclic too. Like, at least for me, the day of the flood, I was at the elementary school, then Trinity Church, and then Grimes Funeral Home the day after for a couple days. And so there's times where like I'm thinking I'm having a great day. I think I'm back to being healthy, and then something just happens. I hear something that sounds like a helicopter, and I'm like right back at the funeral home or right back there. So I think it's definitely like knowing that it's okay to kind of have these cycles, these, really intense emotions, but just know that there are people here that love you. There are people here that want to talk.
Yeah.
And help.
Right. Daniel, with your reunion, do you think more people are going to come to this because of what's happened?
No.
You think so?
No. If anybody's more is coming, it's because our organizing committees have done such a good job at getting this out there. You know, I think Jeremy Walters said it best to me the other day. It's like Kerrville never grieves. Kerrville never knows or just has never gone through a proper grieving process about anything.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, hopefully that's changing. I feel like the old is going out and the new's coming in. And if the old can't get their predecessors in a row, Kerrville's going to be opened up to people like me, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, they're shaking in their boots because we're going to change this place.
Yeah, right.
And, yeah.
Let's hear another song. Can we do another song?
Hear another song?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Play Wonderwall. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Let's not play anything copyrighted.
Oh, man, I should have rehearsed. I recently redid one of Chris Stapleton's songs, Four Leaf Clover, but I didn't practice it, man, and
okay.
It would have been great for a prerequisite or to follow.
Now, when you were in high school, did you and Dieter, did you guys hang out?
You know, I grew up with Dieter.
Yeah.
I shot him in the foot with a pellet gun on my front porch. That's
did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How old were you when you did that?
Oh, probably about 9 or 10, no, maybe 11.
Yeah.
Maybe
did he cry?
Not
did he cry? I don't think he cries. Did he cry?
No, it hit his shoe. He did this number. He looked back and he just walked off, you know.
I have a friend.
Did you just shoot me in the foot with your pellet gun?
I have a friend, by the way, that I grew up with. I don't talk to him that much anymore, but he had one of those jackets, you know, where it was like you could unzipper the sleeves off it and turn it into a vest. And I was like, he was also gigantic too. Like he was a really tall guy, and so I pulled the sleeve off, and he's never forgiven me for that. Never to this day has he forgiven me for that action. So, and we were like in the 6th grade, I think, at that point. So I mean, so we're like 55 now, and he still hasn't forgiven me. So
gotta buy him a new one, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. I should look that up on and see if they have one on Amazon. I'll send it to him. All right, here we go. Daniel Robinson. What are you gonna play?
I'm gonna play another original, Blue Mountains. I wrote this song after about a 5-year stint of working a head of 11 horses and guiding black buck and axis hunts out in Utopia, Texas.
Nice.
Got the opportunity. David Beebe, I don't know if anybody remembers David and Gina. He worked at the state hospital as the maintenance supervisor years ago, and they lived out there next to the state hospital. We used to fish the pond and drive like our go-karts up and down that little spot right there at the light on a Francisco Lemos. But, you know, he moved to Austin off of Man Shack. Or I guess it's something else now. What are they calling Man Shack now?
I don't know. What is it,
They changed the name. It's Menchaca. It's a road.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the racist cowboys call it Man Shack. And then they changed it to something else.
Oh,
But
really?
it happens to be Man Shack is the last name of someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Okay.
And anyway, it was his ranch, and he was a horse guy. David thought he was famous. He actually pulled the world record water ski jump. There's a lady out of like Norway that did the high skiing.
Yeah.
David Beebe is pulling her in his boat, and they got the world record. I think they still have it.
Oh my gosh.
Back in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Happened. So he thinks he's famous, and he has since passed. But the Blue Mountains are a set of little, well, we call them mountains, but everybody else would call them hills. There's a set of, you know, little range out there, and when the sun is coming up in the mornings, every morning I drive from Kerrville to Utopia, and it's about an hour drive. I go through Bandera and Tarpley. And, so I don't know, it's kind of what I was feeling, and I wrote this before the famous pop song, Blue Mountains, by the way, so they stole it from me. I didn't steal it from them.
Love it.
these blue mountains on both sides of me as I ride through. Oh, won't you come right along this blue narrow on both sides of you as we ride through. 'Cause I've been calling your name through the falling snow for far too long. Yes, it's time we cleared these roads of what we've learned from past generations. Oh, and I've been calling your name through the falling snow for far too long. Yes, it's time we cleared these roads from what we've learned from false education. Oh, and I got nothing but time. And whoa, I got nothing but time. Whoa, you got nothing but time. And whoa, we had nothing but time. And I've got these blue mountains on both sides of me as we ride through. Oh, won't you come right along this blue narrow on both sides of us as we ride through.
Well done.
I like that one.
Nice. That was fantastic.
How long have you been playing?
I went to the Texas Boys Choir on the guidance of, oh shoot, I can't remember our teacher back in 5th grade, but guitar and singing I got into after college. I was just never confident enough because many musicians are very critical of themselves. You know? And so I got to experience the Texas Boys Choir in Fort Worth, and it really opened me up. I came back to Kerrville after 6th or 7th grade. I missed a couple years, and I went to the school there. They had a great hall, and it really just expanded my mind as far as music and knowledge of music, and it was just the greatest experience in the world, other than I won't touch on the stuff that they've gotten in trouble for. But anyway, yeah, that's when it really started for me, and yeah, I picked up the guitar probably, I don't know, I messed around in high school. Music has always been very close to me. It's a natural thing, and so I ran with it, and yeah.
Terrific stuff as always. I mean, it's good to have Daniel on the show, and it was his first time.
Yeah.
All three of you, first time. First timers. I know, look at that. I mean, great job, everybody. All right, this is the point in the show where I ask people, what did they learn today? And Tyler, what did you learn today?
There's so much that I can touch on with that, but it's just being able to hear the different stories and the different impacts, and hearing a bit more in depth from somebody who was born and raised here in Kerrville, and kind of that impact and role that they play just helps kind of reaffirms for me what I'm doing and why I'm here and what I'm promoting as a Hill Country representative is exactly why I chose to be within Hill Country, and that's my role to make an impact on the community and help those who need that healing.
That's awesome. All right. Brian, what about you?
I guess 40 starts a new 25.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. But also that we have some great talent here.
Yeah.
So,
right.
So I'm going to have to start getting plugged in more with the community on that aspect.
There's a lot of talent here. It's a great place to live. You can't
Culturally diverse.
Culturally diverse, yes. Let me see here. Kelsey, what about you? What did you learn today?
That Coach Pfeiffer can't beat a bear. So
No.
I think that's new information, and that
He'd you know what? He'd be okay with admitting that, I think.
with the what?
He'd be okay admitting that he couldn't beat a bear.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe a black bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, just straight for the jugular. I feel like
Right. Yeah. Always like that. Always like the video when there's two bears fighting. People like 6% of men think they can fight a bear. You know, it's like, yeah.
I have a friend that's adamant that he could beat a black bear. Brandon Broyles, I'm calling you out.
Yeah,
So.
right.
I'd love to see him try.
Yeah.
You know what? A male black bear can still weigh 400 or 500 pounds.
Oh, well, they're the only ones that are going to eat you while you're still alive, too.
Yeah.
They don't play around.
Yeah, right. All right. Daniel, what did you learn today?
Me?
Yes.
Not much. I know it all. No, I learned a lot. I enjoy this show. Lewis, I think you're doing a great job here.
Thank you.
For our community. I did have to look into you before I came, kind of see what it was all about. I do not get into Kerrville politics, and I'm kind of being drug into it now that I'm getting older. And, you know, you have to kind of build your armor up in this town if you know how things work around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, I support you 100%, and I think you're doing great.
That's awesome. Great stuff as always, everybody. Appreciate it very much. And we had a lot of comments on this. Good morning to Ryan Pendergraft. I know this. Oh, there she is. Stand by. Ryan Pendergraft says good morning. Brenda Hughes says good morning. Comanche Trace, good morning. Then there's Jean.
Oh, God, I didn't even tell her. Did not tell her.
She loves you.
God, okay. You can text me that, Mom. You can text me that.
She said that there's also Scooters giving some coffee away.
Okay, well, there you go.
Jane Polk had a comment about the Menchaca thing. Lee Keith says, good morning, Dan. And then Corey LP, great group of folks here. And then also Phyllis Allen checking in from Freeman Fritz and our friends over at Curl Pets Live saying there as well. It wouldn't be a show without your mom, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Try being her daughter.
She's terrific. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy football tonight if you're so inclined, or go see live music. It's all over the place.
Never die.
All right, everybody. Have a great day.